On the 5th of April 2009, when I met Gopi Warrior at the airport, he described his journey as a death flight destined to crash. However, disasters are transferred in the presence of being and consciousness. He told me with absolute certainty that there would be a major disaster that very night as a result of such transference. A few hours later, at 2 a.m., an earthquake struck L'Aquila in Italy, and from the cathedral emerged a statue of Mary, virtually unscathed. For the next 7 nights, after 2:30 a.m., Gopi Warrior experienced these visions of Mary, as explained in this poem. All humans who seek, accept, or are offered supplication reach debris, lives ending in tears. The first appearance of Mary was on the chair, pregnant, lost in thought. The second appearance was on the same chair. She seemed relieved. The child delivered. The third appearance was again on the same chair, lying on her side. She seemed sad, distraught. The fourth appearance was on the road in St. John's Wood. She seemed in a hurry, coming from the St. John and Elizabeth Hospital, almost running along Lord's cricket ground towards St. John's Church. She looked frantic. The fifth appearance was horror, her face a skull with a red snake as her tongue. The sixth appearance was in front of Krishna, hands raised in prayer. She was seeking help. The seventh appearance was as a sculpted head on the table before I left. Unhappy again and alone, face drawn with tears. All humans who accept or are offered supplication, even unconsciously, end their lives in tears.
All humans who accept or are offered supplication, even unconsciously, end their lives in tears. I too am human, fleeing from Golgotha for fear of Pilate's conspiracy to save Jesus, unraveling into a second, this time real crucifixion. Finally to Murray in the Himalayas, later named after me, with poor Jesus still bleeding, only for me to die there, Jesus moving on to Srinagar, dying naturally at 80, lying now in the venerated Isa's tomb. The mythology started 200 years later, that he died to take on all human sin and resurrected to prove he was Son of God, that he was of virgin birth. This is poor theology, even worse logic. Why should God be born to take on man's sin or karma when man is reborn only to work out his own misdeeds? It doesn't hold water, dear Pope, bishops and archbishops. Both Jesus and I now suffer from this misplaced adoration in truth we never sought. the use of our blood in ritual, the worship of the cross, paths of dead bodies of saints tantamount to the left-handed path, invoking the dead, leading to more deaths and evil. The deaths of each martyr killed in my name or of Jesus. Each Jew in the Holocaust, Muslims in crusade, the slaves in colonies and Hindus, their texts, libraries desecrated and destroyed, to plant churches all based on fabricated truths. Keep away Jesus and me from our own desperately needed moksha, adding to the burden of our own karma. Release us from your prayers, churchmen, if only from pity. God is a billion-galaxied battery with trillion solar cells, both positive and negative poles, powering the universe. Self-illumined consciousness alone, his charge. The earth, a little grid on a solar system of just one, not big enough for God to send his only son to die for its paltry inhabitants. Jesus and I are simply Duracells, manufactured for toy Santa Clauses at Christmas. We have lost our power to sing and happy clap, let alone take on the terrible load of other people's sins. All humans who seek, accept or are offered supplication, whether they are alive or long dead, suffer and are held back from their own path to moksha, living their lives through tears.